Hello, Elly here from Thankful Flow Yoga. Thank you so much for joining me for another YouTube practice. Today we are doing a bit of a spicy Vinyasa power flow. So we are going to be building some heat in the body, stretching, strengthening, and really moving with awareness as well throughout. So we're going to start the class in a child's pose. So just take a moment to grab any blocks or props to support you in your practice, and then we're going to come straight in and just melt the hips down towards the heels. You can reach the arms out in front, close the eyes, and let the forehead drop down towards the mat. Coming back to your breathing, inhaling and exhaling, noticing where you can feel your breath within your body. Noticing how the breath, how the body feels today. Being the observer, noticing any thoughts passing through the thinking mind. On your next inhale, we're going to open the eyes and just lift the hips away from the heels, coming into a tabletop position. Shoulders above the wrists, hips above the knees. Inhale, shine the heart forwards. Exhale, drop the head round the spine, draw the belly in. Inhale, lift the gaze, open across the chest. Exhale, drop the head round the spine, press the mat away with your hands. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine position, and we'll send this right leg out behind, flex the right foot, pressing into something behind you, imagining that it's pressing into something behind you. Make sure that you're drawing the belly in here. We're using the core, not sinking into the lower back. Reach the left fingertips out in front. Either working here, or you're going to bend that right leg, bring the hand to the foot, and find a little half bow pose option here. So keep pressing the foot into the hand into the foot, finding a drishti to help with focus and balance here if you need to. And then with control, bringing the hand and the foot away and back into center. Well done. Left leg comes out behind. Start with flexing the left foot, pressing back through the left heel. Keep breathing, reach the right fingertips out in front. Maybe you start to take the option here, bending that left leg, finding a little bit of spinal extension. Breathing here. Letting go, releasing with control, and then bring it back into center. Well done. Exhale, walk the hands out in front, melt your heart down to the mat for our puppy pose. Breathing here. Just allowing that opening to take place into the upper back, the shoulders. Inhale, start to walk the hands back into center. Tuck your toes under. Exhale, float the hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. Gaze between the knees, finding your breath here. And you can start to take a little pedal out through the feet. Take any movement that feels good here in your downward facing dog. Noticing how the backs of the legs are feeling today. The hips, the arms. Just creating that space to observe, space to be aware. Inhale, we're going to sweep this right leg up to the sky, finding your 3-leg dog. Bending that right leg, bring your right knee to tap the right elbow. Bring it over to tap the left elbow. Step the right foot through between the hands. Reach your fingertips up to the sky, finding your high lunge, lifting up and out from the waist. Hands to heart center, step that left foot in slightly. Left foot's at a slight angle. Hips are square. Inhale, reach the crown of the head to the ceiling. Exhale, fold forwards. Keep the right hip tucked in. Finding our pyramid pose. Bring the hands down to the mat if that's in your practice. Forehead's drawing towards the shin. Inhale, start to lift the chest, keeping the spine nice and long, coming away from the fold. And then powering into this right leg, bend your left leg in and bring the hand to that inside of the left foot. Reach your right fingertips up to the sky and then start to press the foot into the hand into the foot. So we're finding our dancer pose here. So finding that spinal extension first, then maybe coming deeper into your dancer. Breathing into any wobbles and shakes. That's all part of this practice. Letting go of ego as much as you can. Well done. And see if with control you can release from your dancer, release that foot, and we're going to take a big step back and find a warrior 2. No worries if you're adding in little steps throughout this practice that you need. That is what this practice is all about. Making it something that's going to serve you today, something that is right for you and your body today. So breathing here in your warrior 2, sinking into that right leg, relax the shoulders. And then start to lengthen through the right leg. Inhale, reach forwards, forwards, forwards with the right fingertips. Then hinging from the waist, coming into your Trikonasana. So reaching those left fingertips up to the sky. This right hand can come to a block or you can stay higher up if you need to. Staying with your breath, maybe taking your Ujjayi breath if that's in your practice. Inhale, come back up to your warrior 2. And then we'll float the hands around to frame that front foot. Step it back to plank and flow through your vinyasa. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhaling back to your downward facing dog. Child's pose is always there if you need it. Just taking a moment to reset, to reconnect to your breath. Inhale, sweep the left foot up, find your 3-leg dog, staying strong through the shoulders. Bending that left leg, bring the left knee to tap the left elbow. Bring it over to tap the right elbow. And step it through between the hands and reach the fingertips up to the sky. Lift up and out from the waist. Step your back foot in. Back toes pointing out at a slight angle. Inhale here. Reach the crown of your head to the ceiling. Legs are straight. Exhale. Keep the left hip tucked in. Folding forward. So keeping that spine long. You can always stay here, or you're going to bring the hands down to the mat. Maybe the forehead's drawing towards that left shin. But only taking that if that feels good, if that feels right for you. If it doesn't, don't force it. Breathing here. Inhale with control. Start to lift the chest, keeping the spine long. Coming away from the fold. Making your way back up. And then this time we ground into the left foot, bend that right leg in. So setting up for your dancer pose. So we start with just bending that back leg in, and you could be working here. Inhaling. Reaching the crown of the head to the ceiling, and then on the exhale, see if you can press the foot into the hand into the foot, and find that spinal extension first. Notice how my chest has not moved. And only when you've found that back bend, maybe then you may start to drop the chest slightly. You may not be dropping the chest at all. You might be working with just finding that bow, that lovely arched position. Breathing. And coming away from your dancer, seeing if you can transition. So releasing that back leg, taking a big step back. Finding your warrior two. No worries if you've added in a couple of steps. Relax your shoulders, gaze over the left fingertips, sinking into that left leg. Now lengthening through the left leg, reaching forwards with the left fingertips, forwards as far as you can come. Then pivoting from the waist, we open out, finding our Trikonasana. Sending the gaze up to the ceiling. Imagine shooting energy through the right fingertips. Breathing here. Taking any support that you need. Inhale, make your way back to your warrior two. Float the hands around to frame that front foot and step it back to plank. And we'll flow through our vinyasa. So inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. And on the exhale, floating back to your downward facing dog. And as always, taking a child's pose or a resting pose at any time that you need it. Keep honouring your body and what you need today. And having a little bit of fun here now. We're going to see if you can sweep this right leg away from the mat, so like we're in a three-leg dog. And then seeing if you can also hover this right hand away. So this is super challenging. Just seeing maybe, maybe you can bend that right leg. See if you can bring that hand to the right foot. I've got a radiator here to catch me. And find hand coming to the foot here. Well done, bring it back in. And again, just have a little bit of playfulness about this. It's not about doing every option that I'm offering. It's really just about feeling into your body, into the practice, exploring the movement. So lift the left leg away this time. See if you can hover that left hand away as well. Maybe you can bend that left leg, bring the hand to the foot. Well done, and bring it back in. Then we're going to drop our knees down to the mat, so we're in our tabletop position, our all fours position. And we're going to come into headstand, so I'm going to give you your choice here. You can either do your tripod headstand or you can do hands interlaced. If you're not quite there with a headstand yet, what you're going to do is just practice interlacing the fingers, bringing the head down, and then seeing if you can just walk the feet in, lifting the hips up high. So getting used to that range of movement, maybe bending one leg in, then the other. Or you can always take a downward facing dog, which is still an inversion. So you're still increasing the blood flow to the head, the brain. So you can always take a downward facing dog or a dolphin if you're kind of working on just inversions and you'd rather do that than the headstand. Okay, so I'll give you your free reign of choice here. I'm going to take a tripod headstand today. Just making sure that you've got kind of a little triangle with the hands and the head, that you're not bringing the hands too far out. Taking any leg variations that you want to take, having a little play. And then when you're ready, just coming down. Now everybody's going to meet in a child's pose, so resting the forehead and the heart down to the mat. Letting the body soften here, just taking a moment, deep breaths. And then on your next inhale, opening the eyes if you'd had them closed, come back to tabletop position, tuck the toes under, exhale back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, draw the belly in, round the spine, shift the shoulders forwards into plank position. And then we're going to open out onto this left side, finding our Vashisthasana. So left side Vashisthasana, reaching the right fingertips up to the sky. And again, taking any leg variation you want to take today. You've got the option of bringing the peace fingers around the big toes and opening out here. If that's not in your practice, that's okay. Oh, well done. Then we're going to come back to plank. Take a little vinyasa, so inhaling into upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, we're waving the body forward. So inhale, draw the belly in, round the spine, wave it forward so that we're in plank. And we'll open out onto our right side Vashisthasana. So you could take a little tree variation here if you prefer. You could use the leg, bring it down to the mat to support you, or you could take peace fingers around the big toes and open out. Well done, and releasing, coming back to plank, final vinyasa. Well done for staying with me. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale back to your downward facing dog. From here, come up on the toes, walk the feet through. So walking the feet through between the hands, seeing how far you can get in, and then dropping the hips down, coming down to your mat. And then we're going to lift the toes away and find our Navasana boat pose. And then we're going to see if you can straighten the legs or reach the arms up above the head. Hands to heart center, bend the legs. Straighten the legs, reach the hands up. Bend the legs, hands to heart center. One more. Straighten the legs, reach the hands up. Bend the legs, hands to heart center. Pause here. Now keeping the hands, palms of the hands together, tap the fingertips to the right, bring it back in. Tap the fingertips to the left, bring it back in. Once more to the right, bring it back in, and to the left. Bring it back in, hold, breathing, keep that space across the chest. And release the feet down to the mat, well done. Take a big hug. Drop your forehead down towards your knees, one of my favourite resting places to be here. Closing your eyes or taking a steady gaze. Then when you're ready, just lifting the head, opening the eyes, releasing from your hug, coming back to your comfortable seated position on the mat. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. I hope you've enjoyed it, and please do subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. It's completely free, and there's lots more flows coming onto this channel, you know, nearly every day coming into January. We've got 30 days of yoga in January, which I would love it if you would join me for that. And we've got mindful mornings going on at the moment in December, or whenever you're watching this, it will still be available on YouTube, my mindful morning series where we delve into yoga philosophy and things like that. So do check that out on here and comment feedback to me on how you're getting on, and I can't wait to see you again very soon. Take care, bye bye.